I return, and in greater numbers. Hello again, everybody. I'm Loomis, and joining me now is Naralan.
The star shines on the hour of our meeting.
And it's Minecraft Monday.
That work? Hold on a minute. Now this won't recognize things. This a star shines on the hour of yep, that's working. There we go. Updates. Break everything.
Yep.
And they're the best. Not like I wanted them working anyway. That's a bit
Yeah.
old hat, you know.
Having things work is no fun. It's much more fun if they break, and then you get to worry about all your various problems.
True. Yeah, just something to think about, isn't it?
Yeah, it's no fun if there's no challenge.
So people say.
Nuralon says ZZZ.
So where was I up to and what was I doing? That's the next questions in the sequence.
Yeah, how have you been since last week?
Fine, thank you. Same as always.
Good.
That villager stuck. Is Mickey Jr. stuck in that hole?
Whoop, creeper.
Where? Ah, there you go. Now
Long
she's
way.
out.
A long way away from anywhere you can do anything about it, but it's
Sweet.
Here.
But yeah, I've been fine, thank you. How about you?
I have been good.
Valente?
No, get away! Oh, phew.
Can hear chaos.
I think we're good. I think I got them all. Turned out there was a couple of them.
Ah. That's never what you want.
Yeah. Creepers don't attack villagers, interestingly. Just walk past a bunch of them.
Villagers or creepers?
The creeper walked past a bunch of villagers.
Where was the creeper in relation to the... Oh yeah, you're in another town, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm in East Market.
Also, why is the labs missing a door, by the way?
I didn't know it was missing a door.
Interesting.
What
Problems for later.
What have you done to the door on the labs?
Nothing. Also, there's an iron golem at the top of the stairs at the factory. That's new.
Huh. Yeah,
And
that
there's
is
one
new.
like currently climbing the stairs. Huh. Just, sure, it's probably fine.
Yeah.
What else do I need?
Did you get to go to a gig?
Yes, I did. Yeah. Thank you for
Ah.
remembering. I did.
Good.
It went alright. Thank you. I enjoyed it. Had a good time.
Good.
In my sand.
Is it the first one you've been to since things started opening back up?
I've been to a couple actually.
Okay.
That's I guess the second one I've been to. It literally is a couple. Sounded like I was. I've been to ton. I've been to there's two. You'll do. Wait. Okay, so that. They've got like bone powder mixed in with white dye. I've got white dye now, but there we go. It's all sorted. I have unmixed them.
Good.
But yeah, I went to a gig. Went to one other beforehand, which was the other month. Was in Doolittle, just after everything opened up.
Yeah.
They booked the tickets ages ago, but then declared everything opened, so it's that one. But yeah, it's great to go to gigs again. You forget how much you miss them, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you're kind of aware that it's been a while, etc. But then once you start going, you're like, yeah, this is a huge
Yeah.
deal for me. I don't want it like that anyway. Don't need that there. Turns are gonna have to. Yeah, that's fine. What is this here for? Oh right, yeah, a wall. There you go.
Continuing work on your arcane construction.
Yes, that's right.
Looking forward to seeing how it turns out.
Thank you. I just keep looking at bits and I was like, what was I doing here? What is this about? And why is it? What is this for?
Whoa! That's...
Oh.
Wow. I don't feel like I would have survived that in real life.
Explosion?
I was stood underneath a ledge and a horse stepped off of the ledge and landed on me.
Yeah, that'd have been a bad time, IRL.
Yeah. I'd be like, armor or not, I'd probably have a broken neck after that one.
Yeah, that's a day ruiner.
Yeah.
I'd probably say. Okay, so what was I doing here? Something of that nature. Yes. Yes, that loop. No, I was doing something at the back, wasn't I? Something like this. What's this bit for? Ah, yes, of course, yes.
Yes.
Indeed it was. This feels like a bit of wasted space, but what can you do?
Of course, the cosmos. Come, let us talk into the wee hours.
Can't remember what I was doing with that bit. I'm just gonna go upstairs and deal with that next bit.
There's a lot about this game that's unrealistic.
I don't know, it seems fine to me.
Harvesting methods? What's wrong with my harvesting methods? I'm just walking around and, you know, punching the hay. Chucking some seeds on the ground when I'm done. You telling me that's not how real farmers do it?
If it is, I don't want to know about it.
Shovel, there we go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that's dialogue from Micolash from Bloodborne, who I think most people agree is the best character in that game.
Alright, what was that? What's that line again? The cosmos.
Yeah. Of course, the cosmos! Come, let us talk into the wee hours. That's mid-boss fight, by the way.
Ah, brilliant. That's the kind of thing you want.
Yeah. You encounter him in like this dream world that they've crafted out of a university. Like they've moved a university physically into his mind and then put him to sleep so he's inside the university in his mind in order to facilitate his studying of the Elder Gods.
Sure, that makes sense.
And yep. And while you're fighting him, the entire time he's like At the same time as he's fighting you, he's feverishly decrypting ancient texts on the Elder Gods.
Okay.
And just rambling to himself about his discoveries.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Ah, Kaz, or some say Chasm, do you hear our prayers? As you once did for the beastly Rum, grant us eyes! Grant us eyes! Place eyes on our brain, so we can cleanse our beastly stupidities.
Oh.
Kaz. Yes! Cosmos! Of course! Come, let us talk into the wee hours. He clearly just wants to sit down and discuss his discoveries with you. But at the same time, he's very understanding of your inability to do so. When you knock him down to like 2/3 health. Oh, majestic! A hunter is a hunter, even in a dream. But alas, not too fast. The nightmare swirls and churns endlessly. The whole way through, he sounds like he's having a magnificent time.
You gotta respect that.
Yeah. In a game full of mad people, he's very entertainingly mad.
I like that. Speaking of mad characters, I've finished Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah.
I got in it a bit last week. It's costing my ill fortune.
Yeah.
For the enemy dodging all my attacks and critting against me, which I think is understandable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I finished it now, and I think it's very good. I think it's a great end as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it definitely ends well.
Especially when yeah, I mean, if you've seen the YouTube channel, they know, don't they?
Yeah.
Which is why I didn't watch the last few episodes of Darkest Dungeon because I didn't want to spoil it for myself. Because I predicted that one day I would finish it.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Diz has also never watched the last few episodes.
That makes it sound like we couldn't face it because it's too heartbreaking. Bring myself to
I
do
mean,
it.
wasn't it?
I don't know, I suppose you're long since forgotten. But what was your team going into the last one, if you can recall?
The only one I remember is the Arbalest. Yeah, I remember because like it was in our lore, it was her sister that died earlier in the story, and I felt it was very appropriate that she be there at the end.
Yeah, makes sense. I took 3 of my favourites and one to make up the numbers.
Difficult.
Hellion, Grave Robber, Vestal, and to make up the numbers, Bounty Hunter. It would have been a Man at Arms, but both my Man at Arms were dead.
Maybe the way the farmers do it if they're strong enough to survive being landed on by a horse. Yeah, I can see that. If you're in that kind of strength range, it probably unlocks a lot of new possibilities.
Yeah. Actually, both weren't dead. One was dead. The other one had already been on a Darkest Dungeon mission.
Yeah, I think we'd used most of our favourites by that point, so not many of our iconic characters could go through.
I set those 3 of those 4 aside for that purpose.
Yeah.
My 4 best, and not necessarily favourite, but they're my best, so they were my favourites.
Yeah.
I'd set them aside for the final encounter. And you know that when the thing happens with the thing.
Yeah.
I love the little barks you get for that. I'm told that the little dialogue windows are called.
Yeah, they've all got a unique line for it.
Yeah, I looked them
Yeah.
up afterwards to see like what else was there, and some of them are like, oh.
Yeah. A lot of them have very different reactions.
Yeah, and not always the reaction you'd expect.
Yeah.
So that's really good.
Hmm.
Oh, that's like what height I want the ceiling to be. Do you understand? 4.
4.
4! Exactly. I mean, I wasn't thinking that at the time, but you know, that works. Send.
Right, let's go buy some bricks.
Right, I thought I was gonna mess that up and fall off. That'd have been so embarrassing. Like that, like I just did. Send. But yeah, I thought really good. I thought it handled really well. The ancestors, musings were very good.
Yeah.
I didn't predict everything that happened. That's always nice. Like if you do, it don't matter. You know, if it's been adequately foreshadowed or whatever,
Yeah.
that's fine. But it still was like, ooh, ah.
Yeah.
It's got. I think the game, I mean, throughout really, the game really manages to get the feeling spot on.
Yeah.
Like especially when you come to your last mission, it feels like this. This is it.
Yeah.
This is serious business, and you've got to do it properly.
Imagine the consequences of failure.
Exactly. They must have cried out. That, by the way, I think is like the worst of the ancestors' lines.
Yeah.
Just the way he delivers it. They must have cried out. Well, he does a lot of scumbag things, but that one, it's just the way he phrases that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the drowned crew's boss battle.
Yeah.
They must have cried out. Okay. Also, I love the fact that they use words that nobody actually uses.
Yeah. I say antediluvian is one of my favorite words.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Royal Antediluvian Order of Buffaloes?
I have not.
They're a secret society, as it were. A fraternal society is the actual technical term.
Yeah.
And they do have a meeting near your house.
Huh.
But yeah, just because it's got antediluvian in it, they reached out.
Yeah.
They're, there's a fraternal society. I don't know if it was originally a bit of a meme with a name like that.
Yeah.
It feels like it should be, but I mean, did they also provide like ambulances in the First World War by membership subscriptions? Like originally for such buffs as were fighting in the trenches, and later for everyone. Yeah. Good on, I guess.
Yeah. Oh yeah, anything video will eat your battery, Lady Meow. I'm afraid. We normally go on until about 10:30.
Yeah.
Oh, trader.
Ooh. Way more stone. This is using way more stone than I
Moss
anticipated.
moss block. I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't either. Moss.
Yeah. Also,
Not mossy stone, but moss.
yeah, moss itself. Also selling buckets of pufferfish.
I think we need one, don't we, after the others die?
Maybe. I don't know. You're the head of the aquarium.
Where are the rest of the fish?
Hmm?
Oh, here they are. I should probably find out what's in those buckets first.
You might have to bring me some emeralds if you want me to buy some.
I think it'll be alright.
Yeah.
If there's anything you specifically want, in which case I'll ride over.
Well, I feel like we should get some moss blocks for science purposes, but
Sure.
I
Go
can
get some.
I can raise a little bit of money over here if needs be.
Shall I come across in morning?
Sure.
I mean, to be fair, it'll take me all of like 2 minutes to get there. So I can definitely be with you before the sun sets, but
Yeah.
and I could immediately catch the. As long as I could do the trade with you quite quickly, I could immediately get back on the train and ride back. But I also don't want to strand you awake in the night.
Yeah. I'm good out here. I can catch up with you in the morning.
Cool. I'm at that end, the chasm, so I'll be over first thing.
Cool.
Yeah, I'd never heard of the word nugatory. I know there's like at least one word that doesn't really exist,
Illumus of Fail says
Yeah.
ZZZ.
which is the
Nylon
shambler.
says ZZZ.
The shambler's two main moves are obviously Stentorian Lament
Yeah.
and Obdurate Advancement. But obdurate is not a word.
Hmm.
Obdurate is a word, but not obdurous.
Hmm. Really sounds like a word.
Yeah, it feels like it should be, doesn't it? Do that on my way back.
Might start watching and come back after doing guitar practice. Remember that charge was next to the guitars. Just look. Yeah, that works. Thank you for the look, Lady Meow. Wow.
Oh yeah, that needs fixing, right? Been a while since I've ridden the rails.
Yeah. You're one of those people who's like, oh no, I built them. I know how dangerous they are.
Should be, shouldn't I? You don't catch me on those death traps. I'm in East Market.
Cool. We go over to the left-hand side.
As I arrive in town, or yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I brought you half a stack.
Ooh, thank you.
We've only got 2 stacks, so
Yeah.
I can't spare more.
So did you want pufferfish?
We'll go get one.
Get one.
You know.
Get some mass blocks since we don't otherwise know how to get those.
Yeah, and maybe through experimentation we'll go, oh yeah, obviously. There's a creeper inside this
Yeah.
building if that's intentional.
It is not. I thought it slapped down enough torches. Oh, maybe it's on the upper floor. No, I don't think I've
Oh,
put
and then
torches
descend
there
it.
yet. Yeah, that's probably it.
Ah, that makes sense.
Here is pufferfish for you.
Take him. Blowfish in a bucket. Yeah, could be descending at night.
Yeah.
Did we build these, or were these buildings naturally that close together that you can just walk across the rooftops? But these over here, I mean, look.
Yeah, those are all natural buildings.
Been a long time since I've been to East Market.
Yeah. Establishing a thriving industrial sector over here.
Nice.
All built with bricks from the You okay down there?
Mr. Jump.
Yeah, all built with bricks from the new lodge over there.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Quite busy in here, isn't it? Oh. A snooker table.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, very grand. Oh, an outdoor area.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think the garden's my favorite bit. Little enclosed courtyard.
I love it. Hey, you're doing a really great job here.
Thank you.
Ah. And then a bedroom, but a study, I guess.
Yeah. This is the Grand Mason's room.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, you don't know how long I spent trying to figure out how to make good snooker cues.
Ah, brilliant.
And these are then along here are the bedrooms. Guess, it's a lodge. You can't have a lodge without bedrooms.
True. That's a lot as well, isn't it? I don't know on this stuff.
I think there's the same number of bedrooms as there are work tables.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah.
Really is a grand lodge, isn't it?
Thanks. I'm pleased with how it turned out.
Yeah. This is the home of the first Mason.
Yeah.
The first one we ever encountered, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Anyway, I'll go and fetch the dynamite.
Yeah, sadly it must be done. We can't have the workers organising.
Exactly.
Organised labour will be the end of us all.
I don't know. Minecart got away from me. I'm watching a few Simpsons clips recently, because once you watch one, you get loads suggested for you on YouTube. And it's the one where Mr. Burns is on about unions. He's supposed to be meeting with the union rep and they're late. It's implied they've been killed by the mob. But he says, so, we'll just go over this. We'll go over the contract ourselves, Smithers. Benefits? Perks? A green cookie on St. Patrick's Day? Oh, it didn't used to be this way, Smithers. No. It didn't used to be this way at all. It's special the way he does the. It didn't used to be this way, Smithers. No. But then he goes all like stares off into the distance. And he goes back to Springfield in 1909.
Yeah.
Mr. Burns is a kid, and I think it's later implied his granddad owns a factory that smashes atoms. And, he looks exactly like Mr. Burns, but with like a friendly mutton chop kind of mustache.
Yeah.
And come on, crack those atoms. You boy, turn out those pockets. And there's a young lad, and he obviously stares at his pockets, and he looks at it through a magnifying glass. He goes, atoms! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them! Take him away! First, I love the sheer ludicrousness of that. And the two henchmen who look exactly like Mr. Burns' two henchmen, but in like 90s, like early 20th century clothing, drag him out. At which he yells, "You can't do this to me. One day we'll form a union to get the fair and equitable. No, you can't treat the working man this way. That's it. One day we'll form a union to get the fair and equitable treatment we deserve." And then we'll go too far and become corrupt and shiftless, and the Japanese will eat us alive. At which Mr. Burns' granddad obviously expresses shock at the idea of the Japanese. If it were 20 years earlier, by the way, that makes sense. But IRL, the Japanese had just defeated the Russian Empire at war, so probably less shocking than. Yeah, but it worked for like late 19th century. Maybe he's out of touch.
Yeah.
And Bosh Flimshaw, as he says. And then he comes back to the present, and Burns is just like staring off into the distance, and then like frowns and says, "If only we'd listened to that boy instead of walling him up in the abandoned coke oven." Anyway, it's one of those things that I've been stitches. I mean, first of all, it's just so extreme. But the matter-of-fact way he mentions it.
Yeah.
And also just the specificity of walled him up in the abandoned coke oven. And then, of course, says, "Well, we'll avenge my grandfather and take on this greedy union," showing that he's immediately forgotten his "if only we listened to that boy."
Yeah.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
Brilliant.
I'm on the road.
What is it?
I'll have to bed down in the train station.
You're about to head off somewhere, or is that just a safe house?
On my way back to Kazumbi. I need to pick up some emeralds. And it's just some stuff.
I'd do some more farming and such, but this project's occupying all my time right now.
Look how much time you spend on personal projects.
But it is for the town.
Building things for the town. What is this, socialism?
Saw your book review earlier,
Yeah.
and I do not blame you for not wanting to read something where the characters are just so awful.
Yeah. Like, I
I don't blame
genuinely
you.
thought that it was going to be like, you get a chapter from the villain's perspective to start you off, and then you swap over to the detective, but no.
Sounded pretty yikes.
Yeah. According to the
It's
front
why I like
cover, the
it.
guy is Britain's best-selling sci-fi author, which upsets me.
Who is it again? Sorry, I forgot.
Where have I put it?
You too have forgotten.
I think it was something Hamilton.
Ah.
Peter F. Hamilton.
I don't think I've heard on him, you know.
No, I hadn't either until I encountered it. Until I saw that book and thought maybe it'd be interesting.
But it was not so.
So describing a grim corporate-run future, and I kind of thought the corporations would be the bad guys, and maybe that would be an interesting story.
Alas, no.
Yeah.
How tall is downstairs? Not in my house, because the answer is very. Oh, right, I forgot. Yeah, I need to do the thing, don't I?
Thing.
I need an area to puddle or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what the term is for how this works. I don't think IRL making concrete actually works like this. Like you don't just like chuck it out in a heap and then pour water over it. Like it's not a bad whack at how you do make concrete. It's not quite like this.
Yeah.
Sand, gravel, water.
Few small differences.
I don't use too much. That'll do. Maybe too much. Yeah, from what you were saying, it just sounds weird and pleasant.
Yeah, very much so. I did my best to keep going through it, but it just, no, it wasn't happening.
Like I mentioned, I got through the first couple of chapters of the first Flashman novel, and I had to
Yeah.
get that up as a bad job.
Nah.
Like if you don't know, the Flashman novels are about this cad in the 19th century who ends up being like a hero of the British Empire or whatever. Sort of inadvertently. You know, he does things that benefit himself, and he's like a coward and a bounder.
Yeah.
And he ends up like right place, right time, or whatever, or wrong place, right time. And he ends up, you know, doing all kinds of achievements and being a hero and all that.
Yeah.
Or a hero of the British Empire, at least. It may not be the same thing. But he's a scumbag. So I was like, okay, sure, he's a scumbag. That's kind of what I expected. After all, the character is the villain from Tom Brown's School Days. Like the bully from Tom Brown's School Days who gets humiliated at the end. Somebody like a century later decided to make it the star of a series of novels. I don't know why. I don't know why he would, but anyway.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, he's a cat and a bounder, and you know he's always like seducing women and getting pregnant and running off before they can do anything about it. And like that's the kind of the opening of the book, and I'm like, all right, yeah, you know that's the character, and it goes wrong for him, and he ends up being actually made to marry one of them, and he does it, you know, he ends up loving her and whatever. So it's like, sure, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Although I do love the image of this guy who thinks himself this real kind of dashing swordsman, etc., running from an angry Scottish minister, like Presbyterian minister. But then, like his first posting, he just does like awful things.
Yeah.
Like, there's something that he does, that is just awful, and then goes into a fair amount of length discussing about how that's, what the heck is that? It's a small drip leaf. Are you still in town?
Yeah. What about
Have you got any spare emeralds? We got a trader, and he's selling drip leaves, and I don't know if they are a thing that we know about.
Drip leaves.
Now, bearing in mind that that's in my language.
Do you think we could make tea?
That's what I'm hoping. He's over at my new construction.
I'll dig into the emergency funds. It's worth it for an emergency like this.
But yeah, he does this terrible thing, and then talks about how it's not the best, but it's good fun from time to time, etc., etc. And like kind of in a fair bit of detail.
Yeah.
Like his actions just gone up the side there and by the tree, and I was like, nah, I can't. I'm not having this.
Yeah.
Like, that's too far.
A small drip leaf.
Oh, is that what it says for you too?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know. Take a few of them.
Status precious. Probably a more efficient way of doing this, but if there is, I don't want to hear about it. No?
No.
Ah, okay. They can't, or at least they can't plant them like that. Perhaps there's other ways that they're cultivated.
Yeah. Don't go on the side of things. As far as I can tell.
You know the characters in the book you mentioned, what they sound like to me is a bit like Ayn Rand type characters. In her
Yeah.
books.
I've never actually read them, but I've heard a lot about them.
I hear they're atrocious.
Yeah.
I mean, I know she had atrocious views, so it would be a great surprise that her work should also be atrocious.
Yeah. Yeah, it's everybody's duty to take care of themselves above everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that things like, well, the charity or, helping each other out is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Although it's also worth noting that she ended up, because she was impoverished or didn't have a lot of money in her life, living in the US, she ended up getting all the necessary healthcare treatments because she got cancer. Because she was an ardent smoker but refused to admit that smoking could cause any harm because she said she knew better.
Yeah.
Ended up being paid for by the US government through Medicare. And she lived on benefits.
Yeah.
It feels hypocritical.
Yeah. Just a touch.
Alright, let's see if I've got enough cement. I don't think I have. I bet it's not like glass or something. If you deploy it, you can't undeploy it.
Yeah.
That I just wasted some.
Yeah, the way it set these people up as living in absolute luxury while people everywhere were starving and that they were complaining that it wasn't luxurious enough was just... And yeah, the really skeevy use of the mind powers for everything.
Yeah, the trader's like hanging his llamas here. Like he's upstairs, they're downstairs, but they're kind of like dangling in the air on the leads. One was like half through a wall. I feel like, is there any way we could stop him? 'Cause this is not good.
Head over
he's
and
come-
have a look.
He's come down the stairs. It's alright.
Okay.
And I saw the leads come down the stairs. I didn't see him, of course. He's invisible because it's nighttime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just not good, is it? With the, like, say,
Miralon
the
says ZZZ.
skeevy
Yeah.
use of mind control power. Like, if that's your villain, okay.
Mhm.
If it's Lysandroth or whoever. Is Lysandroth an actual villain from something?
No.
Or is that just the villain the guy invented and then uses in his videos?
I think it's a combination of the names of several villains from actual things.
Like Sephiroth, perhaps.
Yes.
And Alexander the Great. After misinterpreting the film Alexander the Great. Or interpreting it correctly. It's not great.
Hmm.
Like, it's alright. Film Alexander the Great is old. And, you know, shows its age. It's one of those rare historical epics where they didn't put a lot of budget into extras, so the battle scenes are really small.
Yeah.
Whereas in most historical epics, they got, you know, like, the entire population of the town.
Yeah.
Is it Gandhi? Is it the film Gandhi that holds the record for most extras? I think it might be. They got like vast numbers of people in India to be extras in Gandhi.
There's actually a significant number of doors missing from the labs.
Ah. That's a bizarre turn.
Yeah.
Would you believe me if I told you that I had nothing to do with it?
Certainly not.
Understandable. Have a good day. Yeah, a lot more. Doors.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
One of the outside doors, but all of the internal doors.
Huh.
Hmm.
Why?
Don't know.
Loads more. That's bizarre.
Yeah.
How we puzzle up on that mystery. I'll tell you about another game I started playing the other day, but I didn't play very much of it. I couldn't really get on board. Like, I couldn't really get into it. Maybe if I get more time to it. Maybe if I had more time, you know, like I went at work or something, it'd be something I'd just
If you're
and
talking
play.
about Fallout 4, then from what I've heard, you should probably just not bother.
Fallout 1.
Oh.
Yeah, I decided to get a go the other day.
I think the start's definitely going to be the stumbling point. If you manage to get past that, I think you'll probably enjoy it. But it's a bit like Dwarf Fortress. You got to get the sight to understand what all these buttons do.
Yeah. I played like, I don't know, a couple of hours.
Okay.
I went to Vault 15 and there's like nothing there. Like you go through a lot of chore for no reward.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's intentional. Like you're
Yeah,
supposed to. They've set it up that that's your entire quest, and then nothing. Like,
Yeah.
panic time.
And then I accidentally stumbled into a raider camp, and every dialogue option involved ended with "kill her." And then I got bored and wandered off. More or less. But yeah, I mean, like, Easy's just of its time, and
Yeah.
I thought some of the dialogue like was a bit wooden.
Yeah.
I lived in Vault 15. Life was very bad. Just feels like an unnatural thing to say. Like I don't know how you would phrase it, but that just Just one of those things that just hit me eyes because she's not a voiced character.
Yeah.
Hit me eyes a bit wrong. I thought, would you phrase it that way? I don't know. Maybe you would. I'm not from Vault 15. I don't know. Also, how creepy are those weird clay faces they used for the animated close-ups? Whose idea was that? Who thought that were a good idea?
Yeah.
Like 97 or no? Who went into play thought that were a good idea?
Maybe a little inured to those, having seen that kind of animation a lot in games of the era, but yeah, they don't look great.
They actually used clay models, you know,
Really?
and then like rotoscoped them.
Huh.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you... Like, I get obviously that they couldn't animate them without, you know, get the level of detail they wanted without having a thing to rotoscope, essentially.
Yeah.
But why would you think that was a good solution? Like, you know, the zoomed out graphics on, you know, the normal in-game graphics, I actually think work. Because it's zoomed out enough that they can get away with the fact that it's low res.
Yeah.
Like, you can instantly kind of spot what everything is. You know, he's got a vibe, that's fine. But those weird close-ups, man.
Yeah.
What is that? Why? Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to criticize the original Fallout or not. Because, you know, what is a real Fallout?
Pretty much just that one is the real Fallout. There weren't really any good sequels. None that captured the spirit of it, you know?
It's like the Metallica question, isn't it? When did Metallica sell out?
Yeah.
When was the last real Fallout game? I've also found
the first one was never intended to have sequels, you know. It's just that the greedy executives interfered, and you know it is. You get a good original, they want to churn out dozens of subpar sequels, make some money off of it, and ruin the creative vision.
I also found, well, I think maybe the gamer's equivalent of the direct equivalent of the Metallica question. Yeah. Bethesda. When did Bethesda start making games for money and not for the art of it? Like, obviously you've got the Morrowind. Oh yeah, I've got a free lead. Sweet.
Did it come with a free llama?
There's now a llama wandering free, if that's what you mean. Hold on. Yeah, so obviously there's the Morrowind people who regard it as the perfect game, etc. And some people will controversially say, I love it, but that doesn't mean it's fun or like, easy to play or something to get your head around.
Yeah, you know, wrong people.
But then, yeah, so I've seen a range of opinions on the question. So, when did Bethesda stop caring about the fans and start making games for money? Was it after Morrowind? Was it after Oblivion? Was it after Fallout 4? No, was it after Skyrim? Was it after Fallout 4? Was it after Fallout 4 but before the DLC of Fallout 4? I've genuinely seen people making that argument. And I'm like, wow, I just thought there was like New Vegas people and whatever, but no, there's more gradations.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, you know, Fallout 4 is a really good game, they obviously loved making it, but when they made the DLC, it's only just cash grab. I was like, wait, what? You telling me you don't want to visit Nuka World? Because what's wrong with it? It's a place with all the fizz of Nuka-Cola. Like, come on. Have I not sold it to you already? And if I haven't, do you know that it's a place where every minimally acceptable safety standard is met? Minimally acceptable. Everyone that is minimally acceptable has been met. So, you know, something to think about there.
Yeah.
And it's got the zip of Nuka-Cola or whatever. So, you know, something to consider.
Yeah.
It's actually a really fun DLC. I just recommend it. So. It's also made me feel. And with that, the bit part, or at least the opening bit of the storyline. See the different ways you can a Bethesda game where there's different ways you can take the story. I heard that such a thing was impossible because they only do it for the money or whatever. But you absolutely can. There's different ways of handling that storyline.
Yeah.
You're not actually the same way. But yeah, like I was like genuinely furious.
Yeah.
Like I was in Nuka World, like I am like genuinely angry about the people here. Well, you know, oh, you have made the wrong enemy, my friends. Like they've not done anything. I mean, they've done a lot of things to me, but mostly it's what they've been doing to other people. Cause it's a basic leaders, you know. And I was like, oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. Come on, Piper, we're going home. I need you to wait at home for me. Paladin Dance, get your gun. We're going to Nuka World. I couldn't take Piper on a mission like that.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
You know, it wouldn't be right on her. She's a journo. Like, it's one thing to storm a faction base with her at your side because, you know, she'd like that. It's another to, you know, go on a killing spree and form a theme park because it's full of raiders.
Yeah.
That's why I needed Paladin Dance. I don't know where he got that Gauss rifle. I'm fairly sure he nicked it off me. But it came in useful. I genuinely don't know where he got that Gauss rifle from. I took it off him afterwards. I was like, what are you doing with this? I didn't give you a Gauss rifle. Which can only mean that you've nicked it.
Yeah.
I know the Brotherhood have a reputation, but come on, man. Even from me? You know, I don't know. You know, your mileage may vary. But I'll give Fallout for all that. It made me feel things. Well, you know, it's... There were quests there and I was like genuinely, like really emotionally invested.
Yeah.
But I think it's a darn good thing. That takes, you know, it takes a lot, isn't it? Not always the easiest thing to make people care about your fictional setting.
Yeah, I guess there must have still been one or two good people at the company.
Well, you see, it's before they made the DLC, there's probably
Yeah. That makes sense.
obviously once they made the DLC, they stopped caring. I'm not quite good enough. Unless I can rob some of me cement from somewhere. Slightly shy, but you know, work out. Nearly there though. In terms of cement use, not in terms of everything else. Windows next probably. I mean, it's probably like finish the structure of the building actually. Also, now that I've referred to it, I have thusly summoned the Nuka World theme back into my head. Yeah. It's like the park. I mean, obviously people living in it. Still plays the. There's a robot going around playing the Nuka World advert song thing.
The whalers on the moon,
Yeah.
we carry a harpoon. There ain't no whales, we tell tall tales and sing our whaling tune.
It's like that, but 50s. And it's just whenever you're there, it's constantly on a loop. And yes, in-game dialogue is, I've got that damn song stuck in my head again. Yeah, but wish there was a place with a zip of Nuka-Cola. Starts like that. It is. I just want you to picture a scene, by the way. I'll not tell you how the plot goes or anything in case one day you play the greatest of the Fallout games. But just imagine, you know, you're with your Brotherhood of Steel Paladin, you're both in power armor. Yours is sponsored by Vim, the taste of adventure.
And they let you into Nuka World wearing it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anyone left who cares enough about brand identity. Although they are the big
truly a tragic future.
It is. It is. And you know, you just like sweeping the streets, guns blazing like side to side. In the background, you just go, "If only there was a place with a zip of Nuka-Cola." And it's like proper like cheesy 50s jingle kind of music.
Yeah.
Including like several parts with people that, you know, one's obviously meant to be like a kid. And one's an adult and a woman and a man and all like that. Meanwhile, fierce gun battle in the streets, grenades getting lobbed and everything. For the Brotherhood and all that.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. If that was in like a film, I'd love it. Like a scene with inappropriate music is always spot on for me.
Yeah.
Like if it's done intentionally, not something like I'm told the original, the Suicide Squad, not the Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad. I'm told the use of music in that film is atrocious.
Hi, Phoenix.
Hey, Phoenix.
Gathering wheat for the motherland. We're gathering taters for the motherland.
Even better.
Yeah, the greatest of crops.
True.
Taters are really the only crop you need. There's like 15 different ways to eat them and a few ways to drink them as well.
That's true, yeah. So, next question.
I didn't answer that question yet. So, having played like barely any Bethesda games, I'm going to say on the basis of Skyrim alone that Morrowind is good and Skyrim is bad. So obviously it was after Morrowind that they sold out.
Seems legit. Also, by the way, it's still murder. What you did in Souls Times, not manslaughter.
I think I've got a pretty good self-defense case.
You can smoke them, by the way, Phoenix. And in fact, when taters were first cultivated, that is in Europe, that is indeed what they did. They smoked them, as well as eating them. I think because they just learned about tobacco, so that can we smoke everything? What if I leave it like that? That'd be good, or would that be atrocious? Guess we'll never know. Yeah, because it's manslaughter is if you attack somebody with the intent to hurt them but not kill them, but end up killing them. Whereas I don't know as you could say that you didn't mean to kill them when you attacked.
I didn't want to kill them, but yeah. I mean, their response was not proportionate for what I did. And also, I stood there, would put my weapons away, and let them hit me, and didn't fight back for as long as I could. But they were trying to kill poor Jazargo, so I had to get involved. I did my best.
If we were arguing this in a court of law, though, you know, it's I don't know, you know, you did try and rob him. And even if you didn't really get involved, but rather Jago blew him up, you know, I'd try you under joint enterprise. You know, you went together to do deeds. I don't know if joint enterprise is a law in Skyrim, actually.
Yeah.
It's not been a law in the UK for that long. Sounds cool, though. That's cool.
I mean, they attacked me though, so it was self-defense, right? I mean, I know they have a right to defend themselves and their property, but I wasn't presenting an active threat. I was trying to surrender. Which means that they were not acting in self-defense, and therefore I was legitimately able to defend myself against them, right?
Under UK law, yes.
Hmm.
Law of Skyrim. I mean, technically it's law of Morrowind, because it's in Solstheim.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that one you're clear, you know.
Yeah.
You wanted to, you know, you can murder people legally in Morrowind.
Huh.
It has to be under the right conditions, but yes, you can. That's what the Morag Tong are for. They're an assassin's guild, and so long as certain conditions are met, it is entirely legal to hire them to kill people for you. It's basically like a thing that you have to like declare it in like a certain paper. You know that person is now a target of the Morag Tong on your behalf, and like they then have so long to get assassinated. And if you survive that time limit, then the Morag Tong can't, you know, it can no longer kill you.
Yeah.
And you're free to go. But I don't know. I mean, under Morrowind law, it's messy.
Yeah, the question is, did I meet the appropriate conditions? And also, I didn't hire an assassin, unless you count Gisargo.
Yeah. Was he an assassin?
Did I? Maybe I didn't really hire him. He's helping me out as a favor.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. No, I will leave it like that. I still need some more cement though. That's the next obstacle. Oh, and I need this little back bit, but I can wait.
I'd argue that Gisargo is the real culprit. I think it depends whether they attacked him first or he attacked them first.
I think what we can agree is it would be a messy court case.
Yeah. Gisargo didn't fill out the proper paperwork, yeah. Then, do the Skal follow Morrowind law?
This Solstheim, we got 2 free leads by the way. This guy's wild in. See, Solstheim is under Morrowind law, but yeah, the Skal follow their own customary law.
Yeah. They do refer. I mean, the elves do refer to the Skal as being a Nord settlement.
Yeah, they're an offshoot of the Nords from way back.
Yeah.
A bit like the Reachmen and the Bretons.
Mm-hmm. I do like the rain.
Me too. In the morning.
Is it on purpose that chat shows up on stream 2 to 3 minutes delayed? It is not.
Let me see where you are.
Unless your stream is 2 to 3 minutes behind.
Let me just do a thing.
Oh.
Hold on.
Do you want me to not sleep?
No, you cool. Do as you wish. Carry on as you would wish.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some real stream lag on your end.
Ah.
I typed hi in your chat to see when it'd appear. So.
Okay.
Where? A village without a job. Get a job, you hippie. But anyway, what I was going to say is I'm going to take a quick break there, I think. And then return. I see a figure coming towards me.
Just a pale figure upon a pale horse.
Exactly. And the name of him that sat on him was Death. Hell followed with him. 40 seconds. Oh, that's not atrocious.
Okay. Longer than it should be, though. Longer than it normally is. Finding somebody who buys beets.
Beats.
Beets.
Yeah, there's a couple who buy them. Oh, what if I did that? Oh, that'd be pretty sweet. That's interesting. Alright.
If you did,
Right, so what's a
if
quick
you
break?
did some
That's right.
DD, if you did some DDR, yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
This place nearly finished by the windows. Obviously, there's a roof to put on, but I've done the ceiling, so that's already keeping the water out, and the roof is just decorative. Just need to finish the internal bits, get all the windows and doors, finish the annex at the side, do the little bit at the back. But the basic structure, which is currently just a big cube, is...
So, are you aware that you're guilty of having a unemployed person upon your premises?
He's actually outside.
He was inside. He was inside.
He was squatting, and I sent for this constable to evict him.
Harbouring the unemployed is a very serious crime in Kazumbi.
He's trying to come back in. There you go, I drove him away, look. Be gone, sir, get a job. I'll send for the constable. I'll set my dog upon you. I've also got a couple of llamas, but I don't think anyone's doing anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so more cement, windows, but I'll leave that now, I'll put a thing in there. Maybe there. I'll leave those windows to last. Do a bit more weight. It's getting there. It's taking a long time, but it's getting there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to take a quick break, and I'll be back in 5 minutes or so. And I'll carry on with my nonsense.
I'll do the same then. I'll be back shortly.
See you soon.
We return. to my quest for the beet farmer.
There's a couple, I think, who buy it.
Hmm.
Certainly, one in wherever it is. You know the one.
Yeah. In the place.
Stars on Sea.
Okay.
Sure, there's one Stars on Sea who buys.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bold idea, but I might do it. Not the Stars on Sea thing, do it. Something else I've got on.
Yeah.
Actually, it might not work. I think I'd need a bigger aperture. Oh well. Oh, but I'm just falling off.
Science.
Exactly that.
Do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead.
Great jingle. That's a great jingle.
Yeah, it's a company I can really get behind.
Right, so. Good. Why not have big windows now?
No?
Alright. Alright. Should do the roof next. That seems like the sort of thing a person might do. Sun is setting, but I need supplies.
to watch night rolling.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you must have
Oh,
failed, says
nice.
ZZZ.
Been doing some work around here, I see. The bridge.
Ah,
That
yes.
was super fun.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
Yeah, when I was tidying up the roads a little bit.
Nice. That does make things easier.
Yeah.
Nice. I had a bit of a go, as I said, on the original Fallout, and you know, it's of its time.
Yeah.
Shall we just pinch these two llamas, by the way? Because he's not going to come back for him now, is he? Like, he's around, but he's just kind of... He's here, in fact, but he's got no llamas.
Yeah.
So just half inch him.
You just put them in the enclosure, yeah, I guess.
What's that? Oh, I got they'll follow on. Once I start with one.
Yeah.
Follow my line. Stealing some llamas, don't worry about it. I mean, they'd just maraud around lost, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I didn't do something, yeah. I remember planting those trees there, but I'm sure I must have done. That's it, come on, everybody conga. Two more llamas. I'm sure there look fewer llamas than I thought we had.
Yeah.
Than I said. I could be wrong though. A lot of saddles. That's good. Remember when saddles were in short supply?
Yeah.
I assume this is to prevent that in future.
Yeah.
Let's do that leather horse armor on the floor.
Stocked up in advance.
Nice. Got a couple of extra leads now. And llamas.
Good. Did you ever figure out what happened to those two that you lost?
The ones that you threw away while herding cats.
I don't remember herding cats. No, I don't think that can be it.
Herding chickens.
No, I don't think chickens farm herds.
Should we say flocks of dinosaurs, by the way? What's the difference between a herd and a flock?
Yeah. I think it's going to depend on the kind of dinosaur.
That makes sense.
Stegosaurus, definitely a herd. Raptors, that's got to be a pack.
Yeah, sure.
Compsognathsaurus, I can see those being a flock.
Yeah, I can see that. I forgot I need to build this lean-to at the back here. People in the way. Please, I'm trying to build a lean-to. Yeah, that's a great word. I love that.
Yeah.
Lean-to. It just conjures up an image.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. A load of villages in this structure. Too many, you ask me. Going in and out, jumping off of walls and that.
They're not inspectors, are they?
Ah, they must be. I make sure I'm doing everything I could, by the book and not cutting corners to save costs, which of course I am. By the way, before are you still in town? Oh, there you are, I see you.
What's up?
Just, if you got a moment, just come up here, just for the, I don't know, it's a spectacle before I put the roof on.
Oof,
This big open white expanse.
That hurts the eyes, that does.
It does, doesn't it? Oh.
Yeah.
It's snow blindness.
Yeah. Up here in the middle of the day, sun directly overhead.
Yeah. Nice view of the village from here as well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see obviously the temple on the far hills outside. You got the wizard's tower, the factory, Mickey's house, the lighthouse, the Age of Aquarius, your snow dome thing.
Yeah.
What the term is, and the keep. You got everything just panned out around.
So, Phoenix. Yeah, you're gonna need to take this down and rebuild it in regulation dark mode.
It's gonna be covered in, don't worry. In fact, that's what I'm about to start now. So that it no longer just dazzles people horrendously. I think this.
Yeah, I'll be on the next train to East Market.
Alright.
I have restocked.
Nice. Restocked our emeralds, I hope you mean.
I've left 2 full stacks.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, Discord Lite users aren't saying anything because they don't exist.
That's what we'd like to think. Oh, I made a grave mistake. Perhaps.
Oh no.
Let's do some quick projections.
And I've never met anybody who uses Discord Lite mode.
I know. Do they exist? We don't know. Frankly, we don't want to know. It'd be too much if I did it in that way, so we're gonna do it this way instead. That's gonna cause its own problem. Oh, it is what it is. But yeah, are they problems if we can't see them? I don't think they are they?
Yeah,
Like
I guess not.
if we can't see the thing, is it really a problem?
Yeah, but I mean, imagine you found out that you'd been talking to somebody who used Discord Lite mode and you just didn't know. How would you feel about that?
That would be horrifying. All this time.
You know one Lite user? Do they not know the power of all the dark side? This is not the right railway. I'm on the
There you
wrong
go.
train. I'm at Sandington. This is not East Market.
It's not, you're right. Sandington is not East Market and other stories. So I started playing the original Fallout. So you know how it'd be.
Yeah.
You know. So I decided to play another game, which is also a turn-based game.
Ah.
Yeah, see what was it the turn-basedness or was it just antiquity? It's great antiquity. And I've only played an hour or two, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It is Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus.
Oh.
Good.
I did not know that was a game that existed.
And indeed it does.
Hmm.
Good. It's okay. Oh, there's a villager in my bed. It's that homeless fella.
Ah.
The grasping never end.
Jobless
Have to go
and
to-
homeless. Do they do
Yeah.
nothing about the town?
I'll have to go to one of my other beds, I suppose, in that castle that I built. One of the 4 beds here in my castle.
In that castle that you built through your own hard work.
Exactly. Actually, it's technically 5 beds because I've got a double bed in here. It certainly wasn't built out of
Miralon
communally
says
acquired stone.
ZZZ.
Yeah, Warhammer 40,000
Hmm.
Mechanicus. You are... I don't know which character you're supposed to be, or if you're supposed to be another unnamed one, I'm not sure. Like, are you meant to be one of the characters that appears in the as it were, cutscenes? Or are you like the, Command and Conquer Red Alert, where you're always just off screen?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Maybe I'll find out. Maybe you don't matter.
You're looking out of your eyes in Command and Conquer Red Alert, which is why you can't see yourself.
That's true, actually, this first person. For the cutscenes, at least.
Yes, the Command and Conquer series, famous for their first-person games.
But yeah, it's interesting. I love the art style, for starters. That is, I would say, good. I've made a huge error.
Right? Giving up on Fallout so quickly was a huge mistake, my friend.
Or have I? Maybe I haven't. I mean,
Yeah, you should definitely go back to it.
It's not too late. Oh, I'm a genius. He says, barging something together once more. But yeah, so what's clever is you are, as I say, in Deus Mechanicus, one of those explorator teams on a Necron Tomb world, trying to get some stuff, find out what happened to the previous tech priest or something. I mean, I imagine what happened was...
Yeah, I'm gonna guess Necrons happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna imagine, disassembled at a molecular level is what happened to that tech priest. And a kind of, Necrons. Gas weaponry and such. But the quest for knowledge is as it is. And so actually, your part of the game takes place entirely on the Ark Mechanicus. I forget the ship's name. The big old Deus Mechanicus warship thing that you're on.
Yeah.
Like you, as far as I can tell, you don't leave that. I like that. Because when you go on a mission, you are looking at the picked table thing, and it's you're being fed. That you control the mission. You go from room to room within the tomb. You got to make choices. Sometimes you'll go to a room and you'll get a choice. You get 3 options, and then once battle is joined, you go to a live picked feed from a servo skull. I was like, that's a great detail.
Yeah.
And then, you command the units in turn-based combat. I've only done that. I'm still on the easy bit, so I've only had to fight Necron warriors and Canoptech scarabs. Nothing much yet. But they do reanimate and/or disappear depending on what you do to them.
Yeah.
Reanimation protocols and all that. Nightmare's face on the tabletop. I'll do that. No, I made a huge error.
Well, Phoenix, it's called Warhammer, not Warhammers. There only needs to be one.
That's true. There technically only has to be one. That is true. And yeah, it is. You know, as you gather Blackstone while you're there, because everyone's just realised that that's hugely important.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is, but it's important.
Oh!
I didn't get a message to say you died, so I'll take that as a good thing.
Yeah. Got some use out of my featherfall boots.
What did you fall off?
This new structure that I'm building.
Oh, nice.
Almost 40k Warhammers.
That's true.
Yeah, I think the original Warhammer that it refers to is presumably Sigmar's.
Retcons to be so, yes. Galmaraz.
I don't know.
You can make the case that the original Warhammer is the warrior Harry the Hammer, what he's using on the original 1983 rulebook cover.
Yeah.
That he's smashing that skeleton with.
Harry the Hammer 40,000.
I felt that when Rick Priestley wrote the rules for Rogue Trader, he's like, I'm just going to call it Rogue Trader. And they're like, no, we need Warhammer in the title so people know it's, you know, part of the same kind of family of games. Why don't you call it Warhammer 4000? So, what about 40,000? Like, oh, fine. And thus 40k was born.
Yeah. Man, if they'd called it Warhammer 4K, there'd be so many bad jokes about TV screens going around now. It's a shame they missed out on that.
Yeah, they missed an opportunity there.
Yeah.
They couldn't have known.
Yeah, I suppose not.
I mean, what was the resolution of the average telly in 1987?
4, I think.
Yeah. It looks crap the way I've done the roof, so now I want to change it despite all this effort. And I fear it's going to look even worse when I try it the other way. But, you know, we're just going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to try it and see. Then after it's peace. Dang it. Peace. Let's just do it out.
I don't remember, does the Emperor use a hammer? Does he use a sword?
The Emperor from Warhammer or the Emperor from 40k?
From 40k.
The Emperor.
Yes.
He uses a sword and a power claw, a lightning claw.
Yeah.
His sword is on fire. Or I guess appears to be on fire. It could be warp stuff, couldn't it? I mean.
Yeah.
And also a lightning claw, but not like the normal giant fist with blades on the back, a la Wolverine. Rather like the finger at the talons.
Okay.
This was the fashion of the time. Or at least that's what we think he looks like. In that,
Yeah.
that might be how he wants us to think that he looks.
I guess sometimes he looks different.
Exactly. As in the dialogue from one of the Horus Heresy books.
Yeah.
My grandfather most like our father. How? I look nothing like him. No one knows what you really look like. And you change from time to time. Yeah, fair enough. Sometimes you've got 2 eyes, sometimes you've got 1. Sometimes you look like you used to have 2 eyes, but now only have one. Sometimes you look like you've always had 1 eye. The Emperor does the same kind of nonsense.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's our beloved father does this much the same.
Our beloved father does much the same nonsense.
Yeah. See, if Angron was calling it nonsense, I'd believe it. He hates everybody and everything.
Yeah. I mean, we are talking about a guy named Angron.
Yeah. He's got a tragic backstory now, though, so it's okay.
Yeah.
He was enslaved, made into a gladiator. Which, I mean, was kind of the thing for a long time, but
Yeah.
you get there's some Horus Heresy stuff about him with his slave soldiers, his fellow slaves, when they led a revolt and were, it went horrendously wrong because like you've got Angron, but like that's one guy
Yeah.
against
Yeah.
an entire planet's worth of soldiers, and they were going to like fight to the death, and then he got teleported out just as the enemy attacked.
Yeah.
And so he's never got over the fact that he couldn't even, they abandoned his brothers and sisters, the only family he'd ever known, and he didn't even get a chance to die alongside them.
Yeah.
Then that is real salty about that.
Hmm.
But you know what? Fair enough.
Yeah. Like, most of the Primarchs, didn't they go down to meet them? Like, why not? Why didn't they do it in that case?
Because when the Emperor turned up, the planet were like, "Hell, we must join you immediately. Look at this technology and power we've got." And the Emperor's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need my son though." And they're like, "Yeah, fine, just take him. We got to massacre the rest of them though, on account of slavery, and we don't want the slaves to get out."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, I'm only here for my son anyway, so you carry on."
Hmm.
Is essentially how that went.
Yeah. It's definitely the sort of thing that wouldn't come back to bite you.
Yeah, but the Emperor's got like 0 people skills. That's it.
Yeah.
Does he can get like anybody to do what he wants? He's got 0 understanding of how people actually work. I mean, Angron never forgave him for that.
Yeah.
Olumus of Fail says ZZZ.
Jobless layabout took me bed again. I like that chest full of black shirts, by the way. Thank you.
Yes, your band gear.
Very true, very accurate as well. Although when I go to a gig, I wear my sleeveless shirt. It is also black, but still. That was a lady I used to work with. I mean, still work in the same place, but different offices. And she was the one who recommended I have a sleeveless shirt so people could see me tattoo.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's just a great idea.
Yeah. Oh, Warhammer lore is fanfiction. Basically, yes.
Yeah. That's pretty much how it works. Vitarabo's just sad. That's his new thing.
Yeah.
I don't mind that change. From being just like a jerk to everything I've ever built has gone horrendously wrong.
Yeah.
And everybody's like just awful to us all the time. And I just want to do nice. I just want to build nice things, man. Why do you keep putting us in the crappiest assignments?
Yeah.
Like sieges are awful. I know we're good at them, but can we please not do any more?
Yeah.
They're like, well, we've got a siege you might be interested in. If you want a fun Horus Heresy fact, the Iron Warriors featured in 1 (brackets the number 1) artwork of the Great Crusade,
Yeah.
in which a dead Iron Warrior is being strode over by one of the Imperial Fists.
Yeah. Hmm.
When he saw it completed, Perturabo bought it off the artist and burned it.
Understandable.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really like judging him for that, are you? You know, fair enough.
Yeah.
He said that Rogel Dawn offered to pay the artist to paint it again, and he refused. Now, whether he refused out of respect or out of that dude in the gigantic armor with all those like mechanical limbs coming off of him, like some
Yeah.
kind of nightmarish Doctor, like even more nightmarish Doctor Octopus, just bought it off me and burned it. So I don't want any more of that.
Yeah.
Because either way is fair.
Hmm.
In Perturabo's mind, because you get that anecdote from his point of view, the artist understood.
Yeah.
Like, understood his reasons and why he'd done it.
Hmm.
But I mean, that's Perturabo, and it's all subjective, so who knows?
Yeah.
Perturabo just wants to be understood and play with his models.
Yeah.
It's canon, he builds models.
Of
He's a
course
nerd,
it
is what he is.
Yeah.
I love him for it. I used to hate the Iron Warriors.
Yeah.
And Perturabo. Now I'm like, I like these guys. I feel sorry for them. Oh, to Centipede. Yeah. Also a nightmarish image. We're getting there now. We're getting there, Loomis. We're getting there. I'm missing 3 parts of my scaffolding. I think it's got lodged in a window upstairs. Scaffolding problems. So, that's what I'm going to tell you. I got myself sidetracked as I often do. Mechanicus. I'm still missing a piece. Ah! Bamboo don't grow on tree. Well, you get the point. But to put it back up, I'm probably going to lose more pieces looking at that one piece. There it is.
Is bamboo a tree?
It's a plant with a woody stem. So,
Yeah.
is that a tree? What is a tree? Do you know that banana plants are herbs?
Hmm.
Did you know that banana plants move?
They've moved.
Yeah. In that they die off, the top part of the plant dies off and then regrows from further along the root.
Ah.
So sort of technically it moves. Like it doesn't really, but it does to make a dramatic point so people go, wait, what?
Yeah.
And then you go, no, not really. I just made it sound like they do. They don't really.
Bamboo is a
Yeah.
grass. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it'd rat you out given half a chance.
Mm.
Did you see what I
Yeah,
did there?
don't trust the stuff.
You don't want that. Ah! What the? How did you get up here? What the? Oh.
Just stood on the rafters.
The jobless man just became a mason based on the thing that I was doing right now.
Yeah.
And he appeared, and I don't even know how he got up here.
Did he get up the scaffolding? Is it like ladders where they can get up and down them, just not on purpose?
Guess so.
Hmm.
I guess it must be. Well, how am I gonna fix this? Yeah, he's just set up shop and started working.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, I'm afraid that's your new building is now a Masonic Lodge, and therefore any further changes must be subject to the decisions of the Grand Lodge. I hope you'll understand.
I do need to fix this though. I've realized I made a mistake. Yeah, he must have climbed the scaffolding simply because that saw was there. He decided it was time to get a job.
Which it was.
It's true. I can't believe it though. That's a problem for later, probably. Gotta fix this roof first and work out how it's gonna work. Oh wait, I know. Oh wait, no, don't come back up here. Dang it. I mean, I fixed it. Ah! I'm gonna get him down like this. That's it, bye! He's gonna immediately come back up here, isn't he? Immediately. Stay down there! I could do that way, I guess. That's probably gonna look pretty silly though. It would work. Like, it'll look stupid, but it'll work.
Is it worth it?
And it might not look stupid. Like, I'm fairly sure it will, but it might not. Oh, this might work though. Oh, let me try it. You know, I'm gonna try it. Yeah, well, I was say one thing I really like about Mechanicus thus far is when you're doing your mission briefing stuff. It's actually there's a whole group of you on board that aren't Mechanicus, and you discuss before each mission.
Yeah.
They all like this. Each the top magi there all have their own kind of field of expertise,
Yeah.
and they all chime in with what they think should be done or not. For example, you've got to be a Logist there who's he's an expert on Xenos. It's his job. You've got one of them who's in charge of the Skitari. So that's everything that she chimes in about is she wants to look after her cyborg soldiers.
Yeah.
And you got the guy who's all dogmatic and keeps quoting scriptures. He's got over 500,000 in his memory banks. He of course gives you a precise figure. 560,032 whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you've got the one who's a Ow, I've fallen off the roof. The Tech Acquisitor who is not so bothered about dogma but is bothered about acquiring technology.
Illumus of Fail says ZZZ.
You might expect. So you've got to be you're introduced to the kind of the schisms within the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yeah.
The different ideas. Yeah. Oh, dang it, he's in my bed again. He's claimed that bed for his own. He's gonna get a rate shock when I take it up.
Yeah.
Hold on, I am on my way. You're in a place of safety, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. And another detail I like is they don't talk to each other as such. In that when they talk, you get the portrait of the person talking comes up, and it's done in that kind of classic GW art style for the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. And then the various ones are more or less augmented. But what they do is, of course, it's communication noospherically, or through the noosphere, if you prefer, which is like the Adeptus Mechanicus network thing that they have.
Yeah.
I believe the language they're communicating in is Binaric.
Yeah.
And so what they do is that they make essentially they almost sound a bit like they're talking, but it's quite quick, and it's unintelligible, and then the text comes up on the screen. But of course, yeah, just talking to each other would be inefficient.
Hmm.
So they're actually conveying loads of information rapidly through the newsfeed. And that's what we're seeing on screen.
Yeah.
It's like the subtitles, if you like, the captions, whatever you call it. I don't think it looks that atrocious. I don't think it looks good, but I don't think it looks atrocious. Sometimes that's all you can ask.
Yeah. Oh. Spiritfarer is just sad Minecraft. I've not played Spiritfarer.
He's unemployed again because I took away his job site.
He took away his job.
He did. I know I'm gonna make it look better actually. I'm a genius. Also, I'm just making work for myself all the while. Like, it's not a perfect solution because it does also cause a problem. Now I've fallen through again. But it's sort of, you know, maybe it'll look better. Like, it might be more of the look that I'm going for, you know.
I'm gonna need a lot more glass.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
That's maybe further down on the project list.
I didn't mean to fall through the roof. No. Like this, I mean, it does also create a problem, but it's not like an insurmountable problem that it creates. Like, it's just not as aesthetic.
Yeah.
But I think the end result will be fine. I think it'll be fine, you know. Like it'll be alright. Yes, good. I must inspect. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I like that. Good, good.
Good.
I've not put a ton. Oh, just a piece. Not put a ton of time in it yet, but thus far would recommend Mechanicus. Around 40,000 Mechanicus. I think it captures the spirit of the Adeptus Mechanicus really well.
Yeah.
More than I expected, actually. Because it's not made by GW as such, it's somebody with a license.
Yeah.
Like the constant disagreements over doctrine. And to what extent it's acceptable to investigate alien technology.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, it's, on the one hand, learning, you know, knowledge, which is holy, isn't it? But on the other hand, it's alien knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah, think carefully about those kind of things.
Yeah. You don't want to get any alien on you.
Exactly. So what I need now is more yes, good, yes, good.
Oh, yeah, this.
I'll have to tidy this up, but the point stands. How much higher do I need to go? A little. I think maybe there? I don't know how I'm going to get down from this. That part's in. Aha! I'll jump on. Oh no, I'm falling down the hole.
I mean, you are wearing your boots of featherfall that I bought for you, right?
Yeah, of course. Wouldn't leave home without them. That'd be very foolish, wouldn't it? Especially with the job I'm doing right now. I've just got to. I did not manage it. I tried to descend sideways into the open window, and it did not work.
Yeah.
And that you can't just descend sideways. Worth a try, though.
Yeah.
Suppose what I should actually do is use scaffolding to be safe.
Yeah, maybe you should use your scaffolding to be safe. Maybe that's what scaffolding is for.
Just leaping about like a mountain goat. Oh, it's falling off! See, that one was just an accident. Accidents happen in the world of construction, I'm sure you're aware.
Look, even if we spent tons of money on safety, there'll still be the occasional accident, so you can understand that we've made the decision not to invest any money.
Exactly, because like, if it's not going to completely 100% solve the problem, why would you bother doing anything? It wouldn't make sense, would it?
Like, thinking that you can completely solve all safety problems is just hubris. We prefer a more realistic approach.
Exactly. And rightly so, I'd say. Plenty at home. Exactly.
Yeah, being expensive.
I need more stairs.
Carrots, get your carrots here.
You gotta check up being a costermonger, if that's the right way. No. They fell off and died.
See if we can find some potential customers over at the well. I sometimes feel a little bad though, like coming up to the well to buy and sell things. Like this is the off time, you know?
Yeah, it's where they meet as a community, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we turn over. We've got some items you might like to buy. They're just going, oh, it's those guys.
Yeah, I mean they'll trade with us, but I think maybe it's like, you know, we make up a significant proportion of their business and they can't really afford not to trade with us at every chance. Rather than because they want us to be trading at the well.
They probably think, well, you know, we don't, you know, this is meant to be like a special community time.
Yeah.
But they can get in bed before we can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine, get out. Not for you. Get out. Get a job.
Neuralon says ZZZ.
Then you can have a bed.
See, I've run out of bricks for the structure, but I've not put in windows yet. So I think when I start taking out bricks to put in windows, I'll actually have enough bricks to finish what I'm building.
Ah, yeah. That's what
Yeah. So I'm buying glass panes now.
Bye.
Buying? Yeah?
Shouldn't we be making to save money?
Well, no, because sand's a limited resource.
That's true.
This
But
is
have you
the
considered
most
saving
cost-efficient way in the long run.
True. But what about saving money? Also, is half of 17 8.5?
Yes. I'm selling carrots to raise money for the glass.
Interesting. So, let's see now. How did that run it together? Oh, and less. Yes, annoying me. Fast around me headphone.
How have you gotten your building fast around your headphones? You've delved into this game in ways I'm not sure I'm comfortable with.
No, just me hair was fast around my headphone. It was like irritating me. So it like take me just a strand. So it like take my headphone off my tab to try and get it unfast.
Yeah.
So if that's 8, how do we? I did it there. And that'd leave us with. Ah, no. Of course.
Really good haul of glass. I've got leftover emeralds.
Oh, nice.
It's cheaper than I thought it would be.
Ah, but no. What if I did it this way instead? There be. No, that still doesn't work. No, it doesn't work, Loomis. Need to think a moment. Proportions don't work. Most of this whole thing's just been kind of jury-rigged together. Unless it does! Wait, everybody shut up a minute. I can maybe make it work. Maybe it will work.
I have a mission. Must be swift before finishing time.
Let's do that with there.
Ah. No time for stairs, I'll just jump.
Right there. Okay, that might kind of work actually. I mean, I'll have to build over some windows. Whatever. That would be less than ideal though. I don't know, maybe I could just move the windows. But it wouldn't look as aesthetically pleasing. Mind you, the windows are tiny and not very functional anyway up here, so. More about letting light in than it is seeing out. They're not that kind of window.
Yeah. building arrow slits.
They're kind of functioning like that. I too shall be swift to finish off this stage of the construction. Need one more step.
Come on, Amber.
Must be as swift as Arvel the Swift, who crops up like once. Go. I mean, he does if you do him in. He's going to drop him again. Yeah. Fella from, is it Bleak Falls Barrow? Being turned up.
Yeah.
There's the guy who tries to rip you off, and he's like, haha, I'm away. And then, like, you just, like, catch up with him and kill him.
Okay. I'm not sure I've met him.
You've done Bleak Falls Barrow, though, so. Perhaps
Okay.
it's just a long time since, and thus I've forgotten him.
Yeah, maybe.
He's a Dunmer fella who you meet who, like, I know how to get into the tomb. You've got to let me out, though. And you let him out, and he's like, haha, later, loser.
I don't remember.
But if it's done, it should be, I know the way into the tomb. If you let me out, I'll show you the way. And he's like, ah, loser. He pretty much says, ah, loser or something. Yeah, that works. Very good. I need to sort that downstairs, but still, very good. I could rejig this. Oh, what if I did? What if I did this instead? Am I perhaps a genius?
Could be.
That's a great phrase, actually. Let's be that I am a genius. Perhaps not.
Mayhaps not.
Yeah, that's it. Perhaps not. But if it were, that'd be significant. I think we can both agree.
Yeah.
So if I want to go. Have I got enough cement? No. Not quite. Can I find somewhere something that I can steal? Yes. Immediately I have found something that I can steal. Oh no, I understand awry. Past me is also a lot of stealing from there.
Fear I may have tarried over long.
Oh no, what are you doing?
That was
Yes! Sorry, go on.
I found some uncooked fish in a chest earlier, and just now I saw a beautiful cat, and I went to fetch the fish, but I can no longer find the cat. I should have carried it on my person. What was I thinking?
Yeah! It's a rookie mistake.
From now on, I shall carry raw fish with me at all times.
Imagine just... What's that smell?
I go
Have you
nowhere.
mind what that smell is?
I go nowhere without my fish, sir.
Proper on, won't it? One day I may encounter a cat, and on that day I, sir, shall be prepared.
Dunmer's plan wasn't thought through. Make himself unpopular with an armed fellow who bested a monster he could not, then proceeds to flee into the most likely dead-end cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he weren't having a good day, were he, like, in terms of his own
Yeah.
Hi, Loomis.
Hi.
We're getting there now. A lot of work still to go, but most of it is done.
Yeah.
Like the frontage obviously needs tidying up. We've got to put the windows in and the internal furnishings.
Mhm.
It'll take a little while. Once I do that, you'll know, I think. Once I start that, you'll know what it is if you've not fathomed it already. Which may happy have. Visibly filled in windows as well. So like that. Look at that. Like, it's obvious that was a window that's been bricked up.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it like that for that very reason. But yes, that will have to be me for today.
Yeah. It's an element of realism.
Yeah. That fella's gonna steal my bed. Oh wait, no, I've got my bed in my inventory, so I couldn't steal it. Yes, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Loomis, as always.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. And,
No problem.
yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Phoenix, thank you for the company. It was nice having you here.
It was. Who was?
I can't remember where I parked my cat.
Yeah.
Well, sure I'll stumble into her. Problems for next time.
I typed too quickly and mashed the keys. Problems for later.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, it was good. Enjoyed it.
Been a lot of fun, thank you.
Yeah, I think next time we'll both be finishing our constructs.
I think we will, yeah. Getting there now, I just need to add some. Ah, I forgot that lean to at the back. No matter. Deal with it then. Oh yeah, and that bit. No, never mind. Never mind. Nearly there.
Nearly there.
Yeah, I should be able to finish it next time. Alright.
Good. Alright. Have a good night, everybody. Until next time.
I'm out of here.